Chiefs fans, how are we feeling? I don't feel great. I was right about the game, my prediction, 3 hours beforehand. I didn't want to be right. They just could not. They just couldn't get the offense going. Now Houston's defense played great. The offensive line played better than we thought. And man, Wanya Moore is getting. I probably done for the season on the first play. That's just brutal. So 4 backup offensive linemen. Pohl did a nice job. I don't know why they kept calling him Pole. I don't think I ever heard him called Pole, but anyway. Guy's making his NFL debut. He did good. That pass rush is impressive. They got to him a lot. He was constantly under pressure, but it could have been worse, and I don't think that was a problem. They had some good schemes. It was just everything from the whole season. It's to think that the Chiefs aren't going to make the playoffs this year, and they aren't. It's kind of unbelievable, except it's not. If you've watched the team play all year, this is who they are, unfortunately. The penalties, despite the horrible call early in the game on the pass interference, I think it was holding, that he didn't touch him. The guy just barely touched him. The guy tripped over his own feet, and they turned over what would have been a punt. That was way early in the game. It has nothing to do with it. The drops were inexcusable. Just a killer. Rice had one last week against Dallas that might change that game. It was a 3rd and 8 late in the fourth quarter. Had one early. Had a huge one on, obviously, what ended up being one of the last plays of the game. Kelce. Sure, Kelce's had some unlucky. The season started like that. Why wouldn't it end like that, right? Philadelphia in the end zone, ball bats up in the air, picked off, returned for a touchdown. Or long way. It's unlucky unless it happens 3 times. Don't do this. Catch the ball, but then don't do that after you don't catch it. Look, and Mahomes missed some opportunities for sure. He's been a little off all year, quite honestly, and part of that's the pressure. Part of that's wide receivers. Let's be honest, he doesn't have a ton of time with, but he needs to be better. He's the first to say it. He has said it again tonight. Said it all year. But no way, shape, or form is it his fault. Next Gen Stats, I think, said 5 stats. That's a joke, or 5 drops, and that's a joke. There was at least 8. It might have been 9 or 10, depending on how much credit you give some guys. Thornton had one in the end zone. Is it an easy catch? Absolutely not. It would have been a great catch, and the defender made a great play. You think Justin Jefferson catches that? You think Jackson Smith and Jigba catches that? You think Jamar Chase catches that? Yeah, they do. Those guys catch that ball and they hold on to it, despite the defender being right on them. Mahomes can't get Rice to catch a perfectly thrown ball right to him on 4th and 4. I can't believe we're talking about Andy Reid going for it on 4th down at his own 31-yard line being a huge reason that this season has come to an end without the playoffs. And again, I know, not technically, not mathematically, but let's all be realistic. I gotta say, I am in favor of being aggressive. I usually want them to go for it on 4th down. I did not there. I didn't like that at all. Your defense is playing great. Their offense is not very good. Look, C.J. Stroud made a couple of amazing plays. He also missed a ton of guys, a ton of opportunities. C.J. Stroud is not a great quarterback. He's an average quarterback with a really good wide receiver in Nico Collins and an amazing defense behind him. Man, you got to punt that. And the play call, yeah. There was never a good replay where the Rice should have caught that ball. Right? It looked like he had a guy right on him, but again, if you're wide receiver 1, do you need to catch that? I know fans were upset about the play call. Give it to Kareem Hunt. I'm guessing Houston was ready for that. But again, Mahomes didn't have time. there either, and they had them spied on that one pretty well. They had them spied pretty well in the second half, really after the first quarter. It was a good, quick adjustment they made. So I had plenty of blame to go around. I mean, the defense was phenomenal. Finally, at home, I said they probably would be. Chris Jones played out of his mind. Finally, I mean, where's that been though? They did finally get some pressure. The blitzes did finally work, except a few times when they didn't, and they got beat. So you still have to be able to get pressure on with more guys. So I posted a video after my prediction before the game, asking a question of would you rather? Would you rather, at the time the game hadn't been played, win 5 in a row, sneak into the playoffs, 7 seed, 6 seed? Maybe you win a first round game. I don't think you're winning 2, so let's say that. Let's say first or second round loss, but you made the playoffs again. Or do you want that upper half of the draft pick? So I'm not saying tank, but the reality is this team is going to have the highest draft pick they've had in a very, very long time. Obviously, it's going to be top 18 because they don't make the playoffs. It's top 18. Is it top 15? Is it top 12? I hope they don't fall into the top 10, but I mean, they're probably going to go 4-0 now and end up just missing. And you'll look back at so many games that they gave away and that cost them the chance to get into the playoffs. And that's going to hurt. But, I mean, they're not losing to the Titans. They're not losing to the Raiders. The Chargers are really banged up, man. And Herbert's hurt. I can see him winning that game. And there's a chance Denver's not going to have anything left to play for when we play them. That's unlikely, but, anyway. So, yeah, look back at that. Or, leave a comment in this one or go back and find the other one and let me know. It's a little bit easier now because the playoffs look so much less likely than they did 3 hours ago or 6 hours ago, I guess I should say at this point. I normally like to wait 24, 48 hours to post these videos, give everybody a chance to take a deep breath, but this one feels hard. I didn't want to have to think about it for another 24 hours, honestly. I just wanted to get this video posted, hear from you guys, and kind of forget about it, honestly. So where does that leave us? I don't know. The Chiefs aren't going to fire anybody. It's not who they are as an organization. It's not who Andy Reid is. It's not who Clark Hunt is. So nobody's getting fired. Nobody substantial is getting fired. There can be some changes at random coaching, and maybe some guys will get hired that we've never heard of, and there'll be some shuffling. The top 3 spots, head coach, 2 coordinators. Unless somebody hires Spagnuolo or Nagy, those guys are going to be back. And I know Chiefs fans don't like to hear that. That group has been to 3 straight Super Bowls, winning 2 of them back to back. But has the league caught up to them? Do we need something different? Do we need something fresh? We certainly are going to need some players. I don't know if Chris Jones is back. I don't know if Travis Kelce's back. I mean, he's looked really good this year. He was a no-show tonight. His worst game in years. So, I don't know. It's tough to overhaul in a year. I know people like to say, we're only a few plays off. That's the NFL. You're always a few plays off. But they're going to have a higher draft pick. That's not just the first round. That carries through all the rounds. They're going to have that rest they haven't had in 3 years. Or 7 years. They've played extra games, at least 2, every year for the last 7 years. In a lot of cases, 3, 5 times. Once 4. So it's a lot of extra football. So they'll get some rest. They'll get a third place schedule, and they'll get Patrick Mahomes in revenge mode. So, and hopefully a healthy offensive line that can play together the whole year. So a tough way to end the season. The math says there's still a chance for the playoffs. That seems highly unrealistic. Tough loss tonight. You have to win that game. The Texans defense is amazing. It's not a great Texans team by any means. So, hey, I didn't want to be right. Unfortunately, kind of saw this coming. I think we all did. So, on to next week. Do we want to finish strong, or do we want to maybe limp in and get those draft picks? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Go Chiefs.